those landing struts are going to break, but it's fine. Don't need them. Go ahead and just let the warp kick up. Till we're closer, because I honestly don't know if that meter gauge is to the bottom of my craft or to the landing pod of my craft, so we're gonna go ahead and just...
I think it's to the root part of the craft.
And there we go. Beautiful. Head and recover vessel. Because I've already got the ocean, because I keep landing in the ocean. And that is a lot of science. It is a glorious, glorious science. Which should be enough to get most things. I haven't messed too much with aerodynamics, but I will at least pick up to the line. I like just systematically going through and going like one line at a time on the research.
Yeah. Ooh, we just acquired the science lab.
Yep. Okay, so that was on one of these. I've just been grabbing through. Okay. Got the weather analyzed. Oh, relay antennas. I need those.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, does my other ones work as communication satellites? Because they only have the other antenna, not the relay one.
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. If not, I'll just need to replace them with ones that have the relay. It's not an issue per se. I have enough for one more. I do like... I like the advanced inline reactor, but I don't really need it yet. Not with the ones I'm building, anyway.
Yeah. Landing gear might be helpful because it has heat shields and stuff.
Yeah, that is certainly true. I don't know why I went back there.
Ooh. We're getting pretty close to getting the nuclear engine.
Yeah, we're getting pretty high up. I do have the science gain on high just because I'm not good at this game. Was the entire basis of that. So let's go ahead, since I have it now, let's go find the Communications Mark 1. The methodology by which I got all of my other communications satellites up. And the first thing we're going to do is replace the core with a better one. Where is the Robodyne? Is it Hex is the current best one, or is it the Octo?
If you right-click on it, it'll and then scroll down. It'll say what it can do with SAS.
Yeah, I think it's the Hex. Purely on the basis that it's more expensive. That's my reason.
Yeah. More expensive tends to be better.
Yep. Okay, well, let's go ahead. Apparently struggle to fit this on here. Okay. Alright. Well. Ain't this just a son of a bitch? Okay, there we go. Don't know why I didn't want to do that earlier, but here we are. Go ahead and pitch those, because we have better now. Let's stick quad advanced inline stabilizers on it. Don't really need to do parachutes or landing gear on this, actually, so this is probably fine as it is there. Now we do need to drop these antenna for the relay antenna.
So after you do relay stuff, what's the next mission?
It does say both are relay, as opposed to the directs of everybody else. So yeah, I guess it's fine as is. I don't know. I think I might want to go to the next planet over. I don't recall which one that is offhand. I will set up this way as the Communications Mark II, which was just updating the core and the antennae. But yeah, that's a good question. Let's go ahead and pull up the tracking station and see what my goals are. Because I should probably try to set up like a communications satellite somewhere else so I still have connection. I don't know, do I want to do an Eve launch or a Duna launch is the
Oh
question
god.
now.
Eve is the hardest place in the whole Kerbal system.
Duna it is then.
Alright, Eve is so difficult, I still struggle badly at it.
Gotcha. Alright, well, when we go back to rocket capabilities here, if we pull up the good old... Do you think the ship I made to make it to Minmus could make it to Duna?
Depends. We could also shoot for Duna or Eve's moon. They both have moons.
Okay.
Or if you want to go and land on actual Duna, we can do that.
Actually, I should probably try and set up a orbital first. Orbital communications in case. So we'll go ahead and do that right now with the good old hex. I don't know where it is now, though. There we are. No. Okay, no, it's all the way down there for whatever reason. There it is. That explains why I couldn't find it. There we go. Can probably scrap the landing part of this because I don't need it to land. Which will, no, the nose cone stays. Slap that back on, but I don't need any of these landing struts or other stuff because I'm. Yeah. That said.
I reckon we could do land on actual Duna, realistically.
Well, we could. Won't argue that one. I'm just more, I don't know. I feel like I should try to do this a bit more realistically in the sense of sending less actual people, more,
Yeah.
actual, like, drones and stuff. And so, do that,
Yeah,
I need communications.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and stick some relay antennas out. To give it ultimate 360-degree coverage on the antenna radar as much as possible.
These antennas are pretty crummy in all honesty. Just
Fair.
in terms of their range, but
Yeah, but they are the best I have, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have more range than the GM instead of MM.
Yeah, they definitely have more range, but
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but that means I'm working with the tools I have.
yeah. I'm actually doing a science run right now myself.
Okay.
Except I have it set to 10% science gain.
Okay. So you have to do everything.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. And that also helps challenge you with what you can do with what tools you have at any given time.
Yeah. I've actually never done a science mode playthrough before either. It's always either career or sandbox.
Yeah. For me, I'm just used to it because I ended up picking up this game back in the day, back when the only modes there were was the career was just science only, and then it went from that to the never liked having to actually worry about that. Like, I've always been, like, as low stress as possible is best. So, like, so I've always just stayed in science run. Just worried about it that way. But,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, there's just enough that you feel like you're doing progression, but it's not like high stakes, like career or whatever, where you have to worry about your reputation.
The main problem's really money in career mode.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, because then you have to worry about the prices of every part and make sure it's budget friendly. Whereas with this, you can just always solve your problems by just slapping more crap on it. Like, the solution to everything can be just more boosters. Just throw more boosters at it. As I've discovered previously, you can just grab and turn off of this. So. And we'll just wait until we get closer to the apoapsis. We'll turn prograde. Once we get to our apoapsis, we'll be good to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Why does it always do that? Every time you do a stage, it resets the throttle to 0.
I'm back, but I also need to sign off.
Alright, later, Tom.
Later, all you Kerbals out there. How did the last mission go, by the way?
We made it all the way to Minmus, and we actually made it home for once.
Okay, so you'd say, since I've been gone, that Kerbal could breathe maybe for the first time?
Yeah. He is summing it up, yeah.
Did I hear that we were trying to attempt to go on one of the hardest ones? No? Oh, okay.
That was one of the two
misheard
options,
that.
but he's like, that is literally the hardest one. I'm like, okay, that's not happening.
Boo, you should have done that one. Boo.
Nah, I'd like to actually succeed in what I set out to do today.
Well, I guess I'll catch you on the next launch.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Alright, I'm gonna let you Kerbal here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some food.
Yeah, fair. It has been
Looks like we're in
over an
orbit.
hour of streaming.
I haven't had lunch yet, so...
Dude, I haven't had breakfast yet, but that's because I accidentally slept in too late, and then it was already noon when I woke up. And I was just like,
Yeah.
well, crap.
Gotta get to her. Alright, you two gents have fun.
Yeah.
Alright.
Peace.
Peace.
Okay, why is prograde over here now? Oh, whatever.
It looks like we're in orbit.
Yeah, we got a stable orbit going. Probably one of the most stable orbits I've ever been in, but still need to actually leave that orbit, which, admittedly, probably should wait until I'm probably around over here. We'll see about prograde burning to head towards Duna. Granted, I don't know what Duna's relative.
This is gonna follow a similar concept to
I'm already out. That's way too
Midwest.
much. Yeah. So we are still gonna want to hit escape velocity within like 1,000.
Yeah, we can go a little more than 1,000 now, since we're having to go interplanetary.
Looks like I'm not gonna make it.
But
Okay, question then. Do I want to leave Kerbin's gravity well towards or away from Duma at this point? Just looking at where it is on the orbit where I am. Because since I want to go out further away from the sun, I want to be moving faster than Kerbin. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay, so I do want to go away from Duma then. Alright, so I'm doing this wrong.
Yeah.
Which explains a lot. So if I do it this way, that would probably be better, because then I'd be leaving along that line, and yes, we already have further out just by doing it that way. Which is what we want. It's not going to put us
Now,
in orbit of Duma per se, but
now this is gonna apply a new concept we haven't needed yet, and that's gonna be waiting for an encounter time.
yeah, probably just gonna need to keep waiting until it's closer
Yeah. And
to that.
the easiest way for me to do this is just trial and error.
Yeah. So yeah, if I just let it rotate as is, yeah.
You can time warp a lot faster than that.
Okay, yeah, you are correct.
We're
We're zooming that out. Yeah.
since our encounter's not even close, right the way we have it, we're gonna need everything to move like a lot.
Yeah. Alright.
There we are. Yeah, move like a bunch, and then stop, and then try again, and see if our encounter's gonna be closer.
Yeah. Because the different revolution speeds do mean that as we go here,
Yeah.
we will eventually get a setup that is more advantageous.
I guess we can stop now and then try again, just to see.
Yeah. Well,
Because-
I mean, I can wait I can wait a year. I can wait a year in space.
Yeah.
It's just a probe. It's just on standby right now, so. And I slapped as many solar panels as I could fit on this thing. I should have slapped better solar panels on it, but I wasn't thinking about it. I was just converting the one we had that worked to this. So we are getting a better encounter set. It is getting closer anyway. Alright, I think right about now we should be good to try and mess with the maneuver.
Yeah. And since Duna's on the same plane as Kerbin is, it
should just be pro and retro.
yeah.
Cool. No, the target is still Duma. We will have our encounter. That's the problem, is it doesn't really show me what's gonna happen after.
Maybe just time warp a little bit because we're getting a Mun encounter,
Yeah,
and that's
so
janking it up.
Yeah, so once the Mon encounter is gone, that'll go away, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Back to 1. There we go. Add maneuver, prograde us out. A bit more, I think.
Yeah.
That's going to be closest approach. We're going to actually burn less. That will actually put us closer to it if I can get it. If I can hit the... Nope. We lose it. Okay. So still not quite at the location I have. So if we maybe move the... That is not what I meant to do. We'll keep it at like 950 for now, as that's still in the range. It's actually high on the range. Let's cut that back a bit.
Yeah.
That's better. And we'll see if moving this any helps. So if I do it that way, it still looks to be roughly the same. And I just accidentally hit burn more, but it's fine.
Might have to wait just a little longer for a better encounter.
Could be, yeah.
It just takes trial and error and just experience to figure out when the encounter is.
So if we do that, that'll put us relatively close. That actually puts us further away, so we don't want to do that. We also especially don't want to do that because that was like 2,000. Alright. If we cut it down to... Oh, that's actually not bad. Will we have an... Okay, that's like right on top of each other. I do like that. But no encounter. Okay, and we've lost it.
Maybe zoom out so we can see why we're missing it.
Like, the separation is still... It's still a ways, but like... It's almost lined up perfectly. Maybe inch this back. Nope, inching it back a smidge doesn't help. Inching it forward a smidge comes closer. Okay, that should be an encounter. I don't care if it's saying it isn't, because that's... The closest approach is 189,000. I should be able to do something with that. At least it feels that way.
And we can also now, now that we're so close, we can mess with normal, anti-normal, radial in, radial out a little bit. To try to get it a little closer.
I think I want... not that way. I want radial out, which... No, I do not. I lied, apparently. But radial... Okay, so radial does not seem to help in this instance.
Keep in mind that changing the radial does... if you change the radial and then change prograde and retrograde, it can change things.
Yeah,
So
they
it's,
don't
just...
seem to be changing much in this case. I mean, as you pointed out and seems to check out, Duna is more or less on the same plane as Kerbin, so normal and anti-normal at least probably won't do much of anything. Those two won't. Others might, but I don't think those two will. Okay, we're already losing it.
But you can right-click on it and it'll stay with the numbers, so we can see when we fine-tune it.
Yeah, I did forget, yeah. So I am hitting retrograde here just to see, because once we get as close as possible, it's at, yeah, like 198 there is like the lowest we get it.
Yeah, it's probably going to take a lot of fiddling to get it, since this is the first interplanetary maneuver we're doing.
D7. Okay. So, like, we hit, like, 189 is, like, the closest. We have 188. That's as close as I've gotten it. Which I feel like should be close enough for an encounter, honestly.
Yeah, Duna's gravity's relatively low compared to the other planets.
Okay. I mean, the other trade-off, though, is since this is just a communications satellite that we're doing here, as long as it's in a stable orbit, it still can be called something of a success.
Yeah.
Alright. I think we'll just let that one go as is and see.
Yeah. And then we can just do
out.
Then we can just do a correction burn a little later.
Yeah. It's probably just going to be a burn retrograde when we're close, see if that'll pull. But we might need to burn prograde instead, we'll see. Okay, why aren't you working?
Try staging it. I don't know if you have the engine
Yeah,
staged.
I've been mashing the stage for a while. Is why I'm like, what's going on? Game why? Like, I mashed stage, mashed throttle to full, mashed stage, mashed throttle to full. It's like, why? accidentally flipped it to focus prograde. That would do it.
Obviously, there is room for some improvement with this maneuver, but it's for the first one, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and it'll get us out of here just fine, which is the main concern now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll get us. Okay, I don't actually want to burn prograde here. Looks like I might have given myself too much prograde.
Oh wow, that is like an extraordinary amount too much from what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and burn retrograde a bit once I get up here.
Yeah. Should be able to do this with a pretty small burn.
Oh, that's not on. That's not on my actual course. That's on the old maneuver that I still need to get rid of. Yeah, there we go. So what happens if I burn retrograde here? Nothing good. Okay. Radial, that's not what I meant to do. Just delete that and maneuver. Burning prograde will help.
Yep, we had an encounter for a second, I saw it.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, for a split second.
Alright. Well, it looks like we will if I just do this a bit correctly. Burning.
Yeah.
Yep, there we are. A reasonable sized encounter this way, too. And it's just 3 seconds of burn time in 70 days. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
So I can just go ahead and actually hit this to go automatically to retrograde. Because that's where we will be. Go ahead and warp some more.
Actually, we need to point the prograde.
Do we?
Yeah, this was a prograde.
Oh yeah, that was a
maneuver.
prograde. You are correct. I don't know why I had in my head that it was still.
Well, when you were correcting it, you did a lot of retrograde.
Yeah, I did a lot of retrograde to turn it down. You're correct. Just gonna try and get as close as possible here beforehand. It's just 3 seconds of prograde to get on track. I want to go a bit higher so it'll take, be ready in less than 7 minutes, but 30 seconds. I just need to burn for 3 seconds and I'll be good, hopefully. That was golden. So if we cut that, zoom back out, we are good. Yep, we have an encounter. It's a brief encounter, but it is still an encounter. We will need to face retrograde here. Hopefully my signal strength doesn't crap out. That's gonna be the real concern.
For now, it should be fine.
There. We do want to get as close to the periapsis as possible before burning retro. Okay, that's why this is a very awkward. Didn't realize we were that far away on the plane side of things, but... probably around 10 seconds before I'll start burning retrograde.
Yeah, and then that'll get us into an orbit. Well, I have an orbit. It's a very awkward orbit, but it is an orbit. Wow. Alright. Well. God dang it. Should have just done it that way.
There we go. Now it's a little less awkward. And we have done it. Did I stick any science on this thing, or is it literally... Yeah, I literally made it pure communications. Alright. Still should have slapped better solar panels on here, but whatever. Pretty sure, yeah, my electrical charge is fine. Cool. Alrighty. Well, that went well, all things considered. That one does have the fuel that it can... Well, might not be able to make it home, but...
I think it could if you arrow captured,
Yeah.
but actually you can't arrow capture with that. Not enough heat resistance.
Yeah, I'd believe that. But... But we have a communication satellite in orbit around Duma, and it is... Fortunately... able to pick up signal just fine. Which means we can get probes at least further in this system. Don't know how far the range is, to be honest. Normally play with it off, but I decided to turn it on for this one.
Range isn't going to be terribly good with those, but something's better than nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to be fine, since it's... You can still maintain a strong connection, apparently, from... Though, to be fair, they are fairly close on their orbits in a straight line, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, if I can maintain a strong connection from there to wherever, yeah, and it's already looking a little less strong. Still strong enough, but it does not seem as green. But so we'll see on the outer edges of and with the sun in the way. Yeah. We do still have communication, so it should be good. It will do.
Alright, I'll be right back. Gonna switch my call from the computer to the phone.
Well, I might end up calling it soon, because the problem with sandboxes for me is I have ADHD. So I'm like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do something. I set out to do it, and I'm like, alright, now what? And I get distracted. Plus, I still need to eat, so I need to have breakfast and live. But yeah, so I might disappear for today. Do a lot more recording because of all of my internet blips, but so a lot more of my stuff just ends up on YouTube. Because Comcast hates my house, and I don't know why. But yeah, thank you for coming on. Yeah. It was great help. It was great having you. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say I wouldn't have been able to get this far without you. Do appreciate it. But yeah, that's probably going to do it for me today. I'll try to be better about streaming on weekends, and doing something in general. It might not always be this, it might be other games, but I do need to work on getting a proper schedule for this up. But yeah, I will see you next time I stream. Thank you. Can't say that enough.